I think Ni no Kuni got hurt by that. It was like January for that.
Yeah, January 31st, I believe, and this was March 10th or something similar. So it got under people's radar, I think.
Do you think I should move here? You think I can?
Yeah, move past them over by the flames there. Now. I don't think that sound plays in, so I just think you run behind those logs there. There we go.
I remember this being quite nerve-wracking when I played it.
Yeah.
On PS3.
So we should stress for people tuning in, the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is only a graphical update.
There's no content.
If you have played Tomb Raider since March last year, you will have played the same game that we are playing here. There are some DLC which came with the pre-order.
Okay, you're getting
some additions to your axe, some
multiplayer characters.
Yeah, and some multiplayer characters, but nothing of any value has been added apart from this graphical.
It's kind of a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, what the developers essentially said was that this is to realize the true vision.
Yeah, and it does look a lot better.
Yeah, it does look a lot better.
And now we're getting to some.
This is the most controversial point in the game, at least before it was released.
Which was a little bit blown out of proportion, I think.
Very much so. There we go. But it raised a lot of questions.
Yeah, I think what it does really well actually is, I think that we talked about really before we went on, is I think this and the whole killing the deer is actually a really powerful moment.
Very powerful scenes, yeah. And I think...
and really well made.
Yes. I think a lot of people were stunned by the fact that there could be some, rape associations connected to a video game in that sense, in that such a powerful sense. But I can't see the reason why a medium like video games can't take up such harsh themes.
And there was that in The Last of Us as well. Actually.
Very much so.
But just whether he attempts to rape her or not, I think it's super powerful and really it builds Lara into an interesting character that's not just the boobs that we saw in the in the old games, which I love. But this makes her into more of a real character than simply
At least, there comes a time. There comes a time in The Last of Us, and there comes a time in Uncharted, which is the games that you usually draw upon when you talk about Tomb Raider, where you kill a lot of enemies. Yeah. So what you have to do to make a good start is to at least explain why she becomes so hardened that she could do that without flinching.
But that's actually the thing we talked about again. That I didn't really think worked. I think it's kind of like two games. But if you can it took me some time to get over that it was this super serious, and then turned into more of an Uncharted game afterwards.
Yeah,
but if you can get over that, it's really great game.
There seems to be a little glitch between the gameplay systems they have in place and the story they're trying to tell, which is a very common problem, I believe, for a lot of action games at least. But we should stress, I don't know if this comes across in the stream, I bet it does, but it looks beautiful. Yeah. It was a gorgeous game as well on last-gen systems back in March, but...
Actually, I think here there's a mistake. It said press circle to loot, and it's actually...
It's square, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do here.
So, if you're not acquainted with Tomb Raider, it is a linear game strapped around some open-world concepts with some Castlevania, Metroid style. You upgrade your
really
gadgets
nice upgrading system where you salvage stuff. It doesn't really make sense in the way that you're breaking these wooden boxes and then you can build anything. You can upgrade like your assault rifle from that. But
from salvage. But then again, there's a lot of backtracking going on, that you go back with your upgraded gear and can access new areas of the map, which I think is cool because you're always on the lookout after secret areas hidden
if you
in the
can
environment.
get past that whole thing, it looks like the whole system works really, really well. And
Yes.
I really like how she takes cover automatically.
Yeah, automatic cover, something that many games fail to understand.
Yeah, headshot.
And as you can see, the RPG elements of naturally upgrading through XP, which you gain by finding secret tombs or killing enemies in a certain way.
Yeah, and I think if you, as I was trying to say, like if you can look past that whole, does it make sense that you break some wood and then you have enough to like build an assault rifle out of metal?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. But if you can get past that, it's actually a really nice system they have going here.
And again, I would argue that at this point, if you've had a PS4 since launch, you might have sort of run out of things to play, perhaps, if you play a lot. So this is really all there is between this and Thief in the towards the end of February. So even though you have played Tomb Raider before, I think the game is good enough.
I'm definitely going to play it again.
Yeah, it's good enough that you might want to retread old ground and try it again.
And I think also it's different enough compared to a lot of the other games. Like we have
Yeah.
Call of Duty Battlefield and Killzone shooters, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, do you want something different than that? Then
The only thing that like, even slightly compares is Assassin's Creed, and I think that's the game that a lot of people tried first when they picked up their new console.
And it is different enough.
It is different enough. I mean, there's nothing like it on the consoles at the moment, so this is definitely worth a buy. And I don't even think that it's full retail price. I'm not sure.
I think it's like 40 instead of 60.
I don't know how that translates into Danish
or whatever
currency
you're.
Yeah. 400 maybe, 450.
Maybe even less.
Maybe even less, we'll see. We should stress that while the game is out in the States, it has a release date of January 31st here in Europe.
I think it's actually out tomorrow in the States.
Tomorrow first.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So this is one of the main systems of the game, is the base camp.
Yeah, and it says, what one of the things you can do is fast travel.
Yeah.
And the other things you can do is, we're not going to do that now, but we can upgrade our gear and our skills. So we have a new skill point here, and we're going to look at what we want to do here. Let's see. We can swap between them.
So it kind of blurs the lines between this really intense linear story and the open world.
So what do you think of skills? We have two like trees.
Yeah.
We have the hunter and we have the survivor. You see we have 1 out of 9 and 0 out of 8. So here we have the steady shot.
I would go for the hunter and the steady shot.
The steady shot? And we also have the efficient use of back to allows you to carry more ammunition. That's also really useful, actually.
I don't know about you, but when I played through Tomb Raider first, I was one for the bow.
Yeah,
I used the bow quite a lot. Yeah, because
both in this and in Far Cry, actually.
And in Far Cry as well, yes. And Crysis 3, if you tried that.
I didn't play that enough.
It seems as if bows is just a really steady shot in any action game.
Actually, I want, like, all these are really good. Pull arrows out of it when you've shot enemies. Really good. Get more salvage. Really good.
Yeah.
Get more salvage.
Advanced salvaging is really cool.
And extra rewards when looting is also. But you would go for the steady shot?
I would go for the steady shot, at least when you're a little vulnerable in combat, as you are in the beginning.
But I think I really recommend people going for the ones that give you more salvage early.
Yes.
That's something
that will accumulate more resources to level up. And to be fair, once you get to the end of the game, it's actually quite difficult to find enough salvage to get all the upgrades.
Exactly. That was the point I was going to make.
You will run low on salvage towards the end when you're gathering collectibles and stuff like that. If that's what you're into.
So we almost have enough to upgrade our bow.
So also to clarify, we're playing, for people just tuning in, we are playing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on the PS4. We'll be taking you through 2 hours of single player, we'll not be touching the multiplayer.
Simply, I think the multiplayer is okay, but it's not
and it doesn't really showcase the graphical update at all.
No, but it's not why you should play Tomb Raider.
No.
How did you take out these guys, do you remember? Because this is an area where you can like sneak past enemies, or you can try and take them out.
I remember sneaking past those.
So you didn't shoot them?
No, because they would inevitably catch
think
you
what
there.
I did was I actually shot an arrow somewhere
that's
else.
that's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it says here distract. So if I shoot here in between them,
And then silent kill.
no, then I
No,
would sneak past.
That's clever.
But
So I think
I've
what you'll
played it.
immediately notice about at least the graphical update, that the model of Lara has been completely reworked. That is
Yeah.
the biggest. That is the thing you'll be looking at most of the time in the game, of course, because it's your character.
Yeah.
But her entire model, it's not just new shaders and
There's been a lot of talk about the whole hair thing. And
yeah, tress effects, which was exclusive for the PC when it launched. Much talked about because it reduced the frame rate on the PC drastically when turned on, which I thought was interesting because I think it animates each strand of hair.
Yeah, like
It's not. I don't.
it's
Just
a
from
little-
watching you play, it's not completely noticeable.
No.
I don't really.
Uh,
So you're supposed to break
shoot
that
the
lantern,
yeah.
and burn it out.
I was looking for a lot of places. There's one of those lights that you can stick in your torch and burn things that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another intro?
Yeah.
Okay, we do again.
You do it.
All right. Welcome everyone. We've been having a little bit of technical issues, but here we are with another episode of Game Reactor Live. Me, Magnus, is playing along with Nick the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which comes out January 31st here in Europe for PS4 and Xbox One. We'll be taking you through 2 hours of single player. We'll be leaving out the multiplayer because it was not that memorable and because it doesn't showcase the graphical update that Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is. This is purely a graphical update. No.
But it is a sort of Game of the Year edition.
It is
as
a
we
Game
talked
of the
about,
Year edition, which we know.
where it has the DLC that came out for this game was multiplayer skins and that sort of thing.
Yes, and a bit of pre-order incentive, some extra upgradable stuff for a shotgun and an assault rifle and stuff like that. So it's not anything of note. So
Just
it is
doing
just the
work now.
basic, very awesome single-player mode
There
of
was
Tomb
another
Raider.
guy.
And you
I
got
thought I
caught
was
there.
doing really well with the bow.
Yeah, you are. Oh shit!
I got it.
Yeah, get him.
Oh, that should have been a headshot.
You have plenty of arrows left. He'll be throwing another.
Just catch him when he gets up. One thing I actually really like is sometimes, your arrows are not like perfect. It feels like how I imagine it would be in real life, that it can like bounce off and like it's not like a bullet, you know.
Yeah.
It is a piece of wood that can
Yeah.
have problems. And as we talked about before, using the bow is just awesome in this game.
Yeah.
You really feel cool doing it.
As we've mentioned previously, bows are just a good match for any action game.
Yeah.
If you've played Far Cry, you should, because you can play that game entirely with the bow, and
Yeah.
that's sort of the most enjoyable thing you can do. So, for people just tuning in, we have Lara has crashed with her ship on this strange island where there is a gang of sorts.
We're kind of still discovering what's going
Yeah,
on.
we're still discovering the main
You land
plot.
on the island, you see some weird things are happening. You're
Yeah.
in this cave, then you get caught by, you find your bow, start trying to survive. That's
Yeah.
how she kind of turns into survivor. And then we got trapped by the enemies.
Lara has lost connection with her crew and is trying to locate them, which is being held somewhere on the island. But we are still in the very early stages of the game, about an hour in or so. And Lara's got a feel for combat.
We have a bow. I think we picked up a gun as well.
I think we've picked up a gun as well.
Let's see, where did I actually...
And she's trying to understand.
see, if we go into gameplay options, controls, no, here it is. Weapon select, there it is, on the D-pad. I have the bow here. Here it is. Yeah, so I have my pistol and I have my bow, but I'm most likely just going to be using my bow because it is really powerful, and I think a really good thing to do in this game is as long as you can, go stealth.
Yeah.
And then later when you get assault rifles and stuff, you'll get into situations where you'll need those. But
Yeah.
even though I knew I was in an area where there was a lot of enemies that I'm gonna end up pulling out a shotgun and assault rifle, I would most often start out with the bow and pick off a couple of guys if
Yeah.
I could. And then when it went you know, when shit hits the fan, then you pull out the heavy artillery.
Yeah, I think.
And
very
I'm
much
thinking
so.
I don't know. We kind of discussed it a little bit. Are we just gonna skip the cutscenes?
We're gonna skip the cutscenes and
gonna
not to
do that.
spoil any of the story parts. Just to
Go play it if you haven't played it.
Go play
and,
it. This was Lara's mentor.
Yeah. This is kind of the first time you really get like an open
area, yeah.
And
now
you're
you can
like,
explore.
I need to get up here.
Yeah.
It shows up there. Okay, how do
Yeah.
I get up there?
You can explore the environment at your own risk now. There are animals, there are collectibles, so it mixes sort of that open world and linear story feel, which is very nice. And it hits that note particularly, very flawlessly.
And as you see here, I get XP from killing like all the animals, and you get salvage from breaking these sort of things.
So
that's kind of the 2 level up systems there is.
So apart from the Tresifex hair upgrade and the reworked Lara model, I think weather effects and sort of how the wind impacts the environment is a very noticeable difference.
I'm just gonna go for this. This is another thing. Whenever you're in these environments, I can do some things now, but when we get back to this later in the game, you will be able to go back here.
Yeah.
You'll be able to unlock more of these things. Now I can light this on fire and get the box, but there will be, for instance, these rope things. You'll be able to do more with. You'll be able to attach rope to your bow and do things with that. So it is that Castlevania sort of thing as you talked about.
Castlevania, Metroid style, where you retread old ground, where you can access new areas. So we've got a question from Branko P85. And he says that there's been some rumors or some talk about that now with the reworked Lara model, her face actually looks worse, or some people says her face actually looks worse than it did in the original PS3 version.
Think so.
I don't think that's true. I believe that they came closer to capturing the actress's face.
Yeah.
With
maybe there's some uncanny valley going on. I don't know if that's a reason why people would be like, maybe. I
believe she was called Camilla Luddington, a British actress. So when they first unveiled Tomb Raider Definitive Edition at the VGAs last December, I believe that they just came closer to hitting that mocap face. And if you think it looks worse
from the classic Lara Croft, maybe that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's much more classic Lara Croft, and I think she looks a bit older because of course it now resembles a real actress other than just a classic video game model.
Yeah.
So I don't think it looks worse.
No,
just different.
Not. Yeah.
So this is a really special area, I think, because there's not a lot of enemies actually.
I love these sort of things.
Yeah, it's just you and the environment.
I wish there would have been more. One of the things I really missed in this game was actually just the normal tombs, where you could go explore as well and figure those out.
Yeah.
I really hope I mean they must be doing a new Tomb Raider game.
They have confirmed that a new Tomb Raider game is in production at the same studio for next-gen console. So, but when we'll see that is an entirely different question.
Yeah. So now I would really like to light this on fire and get that, but I don't see anywhere where I can get
a torch. Well, there is some down on ground level, but I don't think
I can
that's
carry that up.
Yeah.
So that's probably the thing I need to get back to as well.
Yeah.
And here I know you can shoot an arrow. And,
yes, you can. You can attach the rope to an arrow and then access new areas that way.
Let's see here. You can use this. See where we need to get up there.
So Nick, you mentioned before the cameras were turned on that Tomb Raider was one of your top 10 games of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that there's reason enough in this graphical update to put it out on the consoles again?
I mean, it depends how you are about games. I like replaying games, and I play some games a lot. I played through this game 3 times and played the multiplayer a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I will play through this again on PS4. And now it sounds like I'm a total Tomb Raider fanboy, and maybe I am. But I actually I think a lot of people thought I was very down on the game. But still, I think if you like this sort of game, there isn't really a lot like it. Even though it can remind you a little bit of Uncharted, it is a special kind of game that we haven't seen a lot.
Of course, it draws upon inspiration of that third-person action standard that we've seen
But I think it's
from Naughty Dog
If you haven't
games.
played Tomb Raider, I'd say this is a must-buy.
Yeah,
If you have a next-gen console,
indeed.
especially next-gen. If you have played it, then I mean you'll know whether you would think. I think it's worth playing again. If you could see yourself playing a Tomb Raider again, if it looks better, then yeah, I think it's great.
And as you and I have talked about before, if you've gone through Assassin's Creed, which is the only thing that's even remotely similar to Tomb Raider, then there's really nothing on any of Xbox One or PS4 that sort of compares to this in its genre and its quality. So I think anyone, play it on PS3 if you haven't, and you can easily replay this.
Yeah, for sure. And especially when it's not a full price game, you know.
Yeah.
I would have wished they'd done something. I get why they don't just give it to you for free like they do Sound Shapes and Flower.
Oh yeah.
Because that would have been amazing. But but some sort of discount if you had bought it previously would have been nice.
Well, that at some time late last year, it was sort of revealed that a lot of Square Enix titles didn't hit the sales targets. Not because it sold badly in any sense of the word, but
they had too high expectations.
They had very high sales expectations. Something like 5 million copies in a month or something, and it managed 3. Yeah, I think. So this is also.
It's definitely why they're doing it for sure.
Yeah, and if the players like you and I want a true next gen Tomb Raider, then this is a necessity because it means that they break even if you buy it. So
I think it's for there's no doubt in my mind that is why they are doing this.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should really care about that. You should just think, do I want to play
Tomb Raider again, or for the first time?
Yeah. Is it worth $40?
Definitely.
And it for sure is.
Yeah. There can be no question about it. It's beautiful. It plays well, and it's. I mean, if you're willing to look past some weak side character development, I think the main story, at least Lara's development through the story, is very interesting.
Yeah.
So.
And don't expect too much from the multiplayer. I think it's okay.
Just don't. Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the reason why you're. Could I have brought that down here? Maybe
the thing about the multiplayer was that it was outsourced to another studio, which is a very common phenomenon in the video game industry. And in this case, it was actually outsourced to a very talented studio, which is now currently developing Thief and did Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Okay.
And I don't think the multiplayer is bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not interesting enough when you've just finished the single player.
To me, it's actually very similar to Uncharted, where I had a lot of fun with the Uncharted multiplayer, but that's not why I'm excited for the next Uncharted. You know? That's one where I think Last of Us managed to step it up a little bit, add some meta stuff to that multiplayer. But and the same for Assassin's Creed. That's another. I think it's an okay multiplayer, but.
It's fine. It's passable, and if you really, really enjoy like the basic gameplay aspects of Tomb Raider, of course you can get some enjoyment out of it. I just thought it was a lackluster experience compared to the single player because that gameplay just didn't transfer as well. And when it hit, when Tomb Raider was released, it was very buggy, very glitchy as far as I can remember.
And now we got an upgrade. Oh, actually, I should check out the skills because I think I had another skill point. But now we got the next climbing axe, or the next axe. Yeah. So now we can, before we could just break open things, now we can actually climb the...
Hang on to the...
wooden walls.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the...
Stone walls.
Yeah. All right, so we have one skill point.
So that's what Tomb Raider is all about, really. Upgrading your gear slowly by amassing some kind of salvage.
This is also really good to have, actually, to carry more
ammunition. It is, because
but I'm going to wait with that. You increase your strength, allows you to carry... Yeah, I'm gonna wait with the ammunition stuff and go for some of this extra salvage.
Yeah, maybe if possible, we could showcase a sort of nostalgia addition to the game, which is the tombs. I noticed they've been mentioned in the comment section. Okay. So tombs is sort of a throwback to Tomb Raider games of old.
And they're awesome, I think.
Yeah.
But they're just isn't
separate puzzle rooms where you have to solve something by thinking with physics or with fire or with weight or something like that.
So we have enough to upgrade our bow. We have reinforced bow limbs allows a stronger pull for increased damage, or
the wrapped string.
Faster.
better for stealth takedowns because you can reload faster before an enemy notices you're there.
I'd say. You want to go for that? I'm actually leaning towards
you're playing for now. So.
Reinforced. Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
So we've got a suggestion for... I think it's relevant, at least now that we are playing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which is sort of the swan song for the game, and a sequel, or at least a next-gen Tomb Raider has been officially announced. That what we would like for the sequel, and we've got some suggestions here, like New Game Plus.
That would be awesome, especially when I think there is some sort of, I think you keep your upgrades when you play through it again. Actually,
you do.
Yeah.
There is a sort of New Game Plus in the sense that the game doesn't end when the story ends.
Yeah.
You can traverse the environments again with all your gadgets.
But you don't have your. Did you play through it a second time?
I didn't play through it a second time.
Because I think I actually kept my upgrades. Maybe I'm wrong about that. When I played,
I don't know actually.
It's been too long.
I just, after I completed the main story, I sort of
ran around the island.
Ran around.
Did all the tombs.
Yeah, and did collectibles as well, because the collectibles here are very interesting because they tell a story of their own.
Yeah.
See, that is actually a very awesome feature, the reattach. Yeah. See, here we have a secret tomb.
Yeah. Should we try to go for that?
Yeah, let's try and go for that.
I actually don't remember how you get to this.
So we've got a question from...
Is that in here? Do you remember?
Yeah, it is.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh wait, I think actually that's where you went with the wolf. It's below the bridge in the river. You see down there.
Oh yeah.
If you skip down there. So we had a question from
and by the way, I just want to say that's how you find all the tombs. Actually, there will always be some sort of chalk next to some wood or
sort of cave paintings.
Something.
But there is this very characteristic bell. Clinging. You can't hear this because we don't have sound.
Well, I think they can hear it on the stream. It's just us. We have to turn it down.
So a question from Mr. Riddick. What's the most, do you think, the most noticeable change, graphical change, from PS3 and Xbox 360 to the, this is the PS4 version, to this version? I would say, as we've mentioned earlier, weather effects, environmental effects, and the fact that Lara's model has been reworked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care that much about hair, but that's one of the things that's been talked about. And you can definitely see that. I think the weather is one thing that's really cool. That looks a lot better. It's hard because I haven't played it in almost a year, the PS3 version. But it looks like all this, also like grass and leaves and all that stuff looks a lot better. More details.
Yeah,
it just makes you more immersed in gameplay.
So another question is. One question is, how does it compare to the Xbox One? And we haven't been able to try the Xbox One. Of course, there was some controversy coming up to the launch some days ago that the Xbox One version couldn't clock in and lock the frame rate at 60 frames.
I don't think this is actually locked, but I think the Xbox One is 30 and this is 60, but dips sometimes.
Yeah. I think we're pretty used to by now that most multi-platform releases have a slight more graphical fidelity on the PS4 than on the Xbox One. But I think it's a negligible difference in the same sense that works between Xbox 360 and the PS3.
If you have one of them, you only have an Xbox One, you shouldn't feel bad. I don't think most people would notice a difference. I don't know if I would. If you have both, you might wanna buy it on PS4. But if you prefer the Xbox One and you have both, I still think that's fine. I don't think it's. We haven't seen it, but the games I've seen on both has been like pretty much the same.
At least if you don't pay that much attention to the small water effects and the stable frame rate, it's the same thing that there were with Call of Duty Ghosts before it released.
Yeah.
It is a negligible difference, and you can have a very, I think, joyful time with the Xbox One version as well.
Yeah.
And to answer your other question, Ricardo, there is no real extra content to mention.
No.
It's
multiplayer skins, I think a couple levels.
Yeah. So nothing there to note.
Do you remember? Oh, no, I remember what I need to do. Okay. All right. So it's these sort of tiny puzzles that are fun to do, but they're not as elaborate as the old Tomb Raider games, and I think not as hard. But I definitely had fun doing these.
Yeah, they're definitely not as hard. But then again, the old Tomb Raider games was known for being very hardcore.
I think it was a lot of, and I want more tombs and more puzzles.
Yeah, I think the tombs, at
As
least,
we talked about what we want the next game, I definitely want that.
yeah, more tombs, and that's also what Branko has suggested, that the tombs, I think they were added as a sort of throwback. You know, we haven't forgotten our roots, sort of deal. But I think that it's more than that. It's they represent one of the most best sequences of the game. Actually. So more of those.
I think the best part of this, the why I had the most fun was the tombs and running around, you know, the open areas, salvaging, all that stuff. Really fun to do that. All right, now
so
I need
what
to get up there.
what we're really saying is that it doesn't really matter what platform you choose. This is beautiful, no doubt. But Tomb Raider is such a good game that you could easily just, you know, go ahead and play. You have to jump to your left there. There's a wall you can.
Oh yeah, I can.
Hang on to with your axe.
There, but now I need to remember I can climb on this.
Yeah.
So you get to these areas. Then in the tomb, there's one of these.
I love the expression on her face when she opens up. Yeah. She's so happy. Look.
And she's so happy every time.
So happy, yeah. You know, diamonds are a girl's best friend. She just found an old tomb.
Oh, trophy and skill
we got,
point.
But it's a copper one, so that's nothing.
Yeah, bronze.
Yeah. I still owe you a dinner, by the way.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh no.
That was supposed to be me reminding you of that every time.
Yeah, but then again.
And it's because of a trophy bet. It's not.
We had a trophy bet before
if
New Year's.
If people don't know what's going on, you're just like, oh, I still owe you a dinner.
Yeah. For people who don't know, Nick and I had a very intense trophy war, from I think the beginning of November till Christmas, where I stated that I would pick up my pace and catch up to him in trophies.
About 2 levels behind.
Yeah, which of course didn't happen.
No, of course.
Of course not, because you've been playing like an
No,
obsessive amount of Vita. You play a lot of Vita. You do.
Did I play that much?
Yes, very much so.
I don't think it was that much. Actually.
No, I've only been playing Spelunky on Vita. I can't lay that.
Oh, I actually think I can upgrade the other bow thing now. But yeah, I ended up winning. You were playing. I think you were catching up. You were actually almost only a level behind. Did the other bow upgrade?
Yeah.
And then I did play a little bit of games. Play a little bit of PS4 here in the office. Played Flower. Did the sound shapes trick.
Yeah. Oh right, just uploaded your save.
Yeah, and then got some trophies, and then we're good. But I mean, even if I hadn't played any of that, you still wouldn't have caught up.
So we've got a question from TurkeyNick21, which actually is a personal friend of mine.
Yeah.
Hello, Mikkel. Where if you think that the game actually challenges the PS4 in terms of the possibilities of the system. And I don't think so. While Tomb Raider looks decidedly great, with games like Battlefield 4 out there and NBA 2K14,
and I think Killzone looks really great.
And if you think that Tomb Raider and Killzone looks awesome,
I think Killzone looks way better than Tomb Raider does.
Killzone
this is not a game where you're like, oh, this is next gen.
It's a freshened up version of a last gen game. If we are to be completely honest, it is beautiful. There's no doubt about it.
It looks better than the PS3 version for sure.
But as we know, with all console launches, things are not nearly as beautiful or as sharp as they can be when people get to know the system.
Think about Naughty Dog, what they did with Uncharted 1 compared to Last of Us. You know? So people will be able to push this way more over the next years.
That's I think only when we get to something like next year we'll see the true potential with games like The True or The Witcher
better,
when that comes out.
But even like it'll be 5 or 6 years before we really see it.
Even.
All right, this is where
we should get to that point quicker.
You don't want to do that at home.
No. But if you have your trusty climbing axe, then everything will be okay.
She doesn't even have it out.
No,
she pulls it out.
She pulls it out in jump. So this is actually a difficult section because enemies will come at you from several angles.
Yeah, let's just see here. We can do this. There's one there. 2 over there, and they are marked in red. I think that means they have guns, and this guy doesn't. I remember I managed to take this out without getting spotted. Just took them out with the bow.
I sat there and just fired at people.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think you can. You pull out the bow, you let them separate a little bit, and then you can definitely take them out. Let's see.
So I think now we're discussing. I think it's very relevant, at least, to discuss the graphical update because that is what the definitive edition is.
Yeah.
I think also it's if you try to notice the lighting when the lightning strikes and the environment quickly lights up and then falls back into this dark state, then it's very
Should I
visual.
go for
the head?
Yeah, but which should I just attack them now or wait? I'm gonna go for it.
Quick.
Double
I
headshot.
think. No, I got you. He fell down. He's down.
Yeah, but now I pull the arrow. Can I like let go? Yeah, okay. I don't want to waste an arrow, even though I have plenty now. So that's how you do that. Take them out. All right. Let's see here. But there was something over there, so I would like to do that. Let's see here.
Yeah, Branko is correct. It is lighting and the shading.
Yeah.
That looks amazing and sort of, what these Game of the Year sort of spruced up versions of already released games always sort of have to reconfigure is the physics.
Yeah.
And I think her hair and now actually you can see that the arrows she carries on her back is individually modeled.
Yeah.
So there
it's
is
weird
sort of
because normally I don't care enough about graphics to buy a game because graphics are better, and I probably wouldn't if it had been on the same machine that I was like, oh, now we fixed it, it's a better PS3 version. But if you bought a PS4 on Xbox One and you want games on it, I think this is a great way of getting games on your new console.
There is,
and it's fun playing it again.
We don't want to admit it, but at least there are these graphical showcase games that always comes out around a console launch. That's nice to show to your friends and say, "Oh, look how pretty! This is why I upgraded from my PS3."
But I mean, this wouldn't be a great. I think I would show Tomb Raider or NBA or something if I really wanted to show that. So I don't think this is actually that, but it is just fun, great game. If you haven't played it, you need to. I think we really need to play it.
And I think it does ramp up with the better looking launch titles for the next gen system. So
don't fall down. Give me my salvage. How did you do with all this salvage and stuff? Did you like search everywhere and find everything when you played, or did you go
I
more
tried to when I first booted the game out. So I'm going to search every nook and cranny of every open environment before heading on. But that quick, when the story sort of ramps up, you just want to see what's next.
I actually pretty much did that for most of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, I don't think it would have been fun seeing me play, because I would just...
Yeah, you were very
I found
detail.
Yeah. I think that's fun with Tomb Raider. There's a lot of... And you get something out of it. You get rewarded for searching. You get, as you said, the GPS catches and all the stories you get of the other characters.
The GPS catches, it represents like the most normal part of the collectible set. But then again, you have...
But as you said,
slow motion.
The story of the whole side characters, they're not that great. But actually, that's the main story part of where you get interested. If you
the collectibles, you mean?
Yeah. No, I think the side characters are not that interesting in the cutscenes we've seen in the story. But I actually think there's some really interesting stories with the side characters. If you go find
find the collectibles,
which is really weird in some way. Like if you they do get more interesting if you spend some time on searching for collectibles.
The thing is that I always really like when games do something meaningful with the with collectibles.
Yeah.
Sort of, if you like GTA, for example, there is. He's gonna get you. No. They really like Molotov cocktails, by the way. They seem to just be throwing them like it's trash.
Sneaky.
That's very unsneaky of you.
Oh, I thought I got that dude. Oh,
you don't use melee combat? I really like that.
I just
like coming at him with the axe.
I did a little bit, but I preferred the bow. I feel like as long as I can have them stay away from me, I generally do better. Sometimes you end up having to do it. Some of those finishers as well with the arrows. Do you remember that later in the game, where you like, where they come up to you, you can counter them and you stab them like in both knees and then take them out with a.
Those are so intense.
It's not just the way the Lara dies, but the way she takes dudes out later in the game. You're like, whoa! I don't know if I'm ready for this.
That's what we've been talking about. Also before the stream turned on, is that Lara sort of a lot of action games at least sort of becomes. Have to compromise with its own gameplay in order to tell a story, because the first kill Lara does is very emotional and very brutal and very life-changing. Very life-changing. Well. And then she goes on to killing thousands and thousands of people before she can get off.
And it's right after actually as well. Yeah. Both with right when I was done with that, I killed like all the animals in the next area, and you kill several dudes.
And it is sad, but I think more games now offer pacifist approaches. Now we see. I did a preview.
That's what I want in this next Tomb Raider. More tombs and being able to go through the entire game without killing anyone.
Let's try and conserve Lara's sort of innocence, if possible.
You want that.
Yeah, if that's the sort of playstyle you want. For example, Thief comes out towards the end of February, and there is a trophy or an achievement, if you're into that sort of thing, for not taking out or killing any guard.
Yeah, I like that.
I really like that as well.
All right, let's see here. Upgrades, outfits.
So we got another question actually.
Oh wait, I actually have all these. I didn't remember that from the previous. Do you remember that?
No, those are just costumes. They comes with the definitive edition.
Yeah, but I don't think I had these in the other.
Oh, this outfit camouflages Lara in a heavy coating of mud, action movie style.
The default.
Can we camouflage her in mud?
Can we just see them? Do I need
to?
Go
ahead.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see if I.
Hello.
I want to see these outfits, but I just wanted to see them.
Let's show them off, because these to clarify, this comes with was purchasable through pre-order.
This outfit dresses up Lara as a classic 1930s adventure, bomber jacket and all. Okay.
So by the way,
see how she looks.
Nick, we got a question. If you were to choose between Knack and Tomb Raider, what would you choose?
I don't think that's hard at all. I was not very.
I don't think it's that hard to choose, because while Knack is very good, it's not that good.
No, I would say Knack does some great things with particle effects.
Yes,
and that's great. But I did not have fun playing it. I don't want to play the game. I want to play this game.
Actually,
Jungle War.
If we just draw back a little bit, you can actually compare Knack and Tomb Raider in the sense that they are both graphical showcases of a new system.
I don't think
Tomb Raider is, because they've sort of realized their vision of how the game.
Yeah, but I don't think it's impressive for PS4. I think it's impressive for Tomb Raider. I think there's games that look better. It looks great.
Yeah.
And it's definitely next gen. You can tell that. But I don't think it's a game it's not the game I would show off to show my PS4.
No.
I guess Knack isn't directly, but if you want to show what it can do with particle effects, I would go Knack and I would go Resogun for showing that off.
Resogun, yeah. I would probably just show off Killzone, because I think overall that is the most beautiful game on the system.
I agree. Demolition gear, okay. I want to hear people in the chat. No, I actually just want to decide myself.
Wait, so what's that? There's no is there any of the costumes that are maybe not as serious? Because these seems like versions of the same costume.
Yeah, but it's like 1930s guerrilla warfare, mountaineer.
What?
Sure shot.
Sure shot.
I didn't even.
That seems good.
The sure shot outfit Lara wears a compilation style archery suit with high boots and forearm guards. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. You see?
But that's like.
She looks like an X-Men character.
Yeah, but it's great. But it's like, I'm stranded on an island. Where did you get that? This breaks my game completely.
Well, also, if we're talking about narrative dissonance, something that
wouldn't. I'm gonna go mud.
Yeah, she says that she's very cold. And it seems like it's very cold. She kills the first guy, and he's wearing a very warm coat.
Yeah.
But she chooses not to pick it up.
That's actually one of the things that annoyed me as well.
Yeah, that coat is not the right coat for Lara. She doesn't want that coat.
I don't think it's as bad here in the beginning, because it's a lot of you fight people and then you need to rush off. But later, when you're in the mountains and it's snowing, and you're like, pick up a jacket.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you whine
You just killed
anymore.
1,000 guys, which are wearing very warm coats.
She's very into fashion, I
Yeah.
think, because I can't be seen with this jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, she's insisting on looking like she don't care,
Yeah.
but obviously she does. By the way, I put a silencer on that gun very
can I
quickly.
do
I
that?
remember. I don't know
think
yet,
I have that.
but I
Extended
thought
mag, port vented slide, recoil improves accuracy. Okay, does more accuracy for increased damage. Rapid fire. I don't want to go rapid fire.
a bigger mag, right?
You go extended mags.
At least if you get in the
that's
situation with the wolves, you need more shots in one mag.
I mean, I'm not going to use this gun, but
No.
I like extended mags.
No.
I like my bow and arrow. All right, let's see, where do we need to go? Actually, I'm not into these whole like eagle vision and all this stuff,
No.
and I don't like it's in here. But what it actually does really great is it doesn't throw in your face. Like there's no HUD now.
No.
It doesn't show me anything. So I only use this if I'm like, where do I need to go? You press it once and it's like that direction and that's it.
So I really like the new Assassin's Creed, for example, but I think it was very provocative to sort of that once you're in that eagle eye state, you can sort of mark enemies and they will stay marked.
To remember this, yeah.
Whereas this is, you have to hide very quickly because he's going to turn around now? No?
Very quickly, very quickly. I think this is the guy where you just need to stealth up on him, yeah. Takes him out with the bow.
See, I like that.
Oh, did you hear that snap?
Yes, that's the sort of,
And that's
breaking of bone.
really, you hear
Can
it through
you
the controller.
turn off the light
Not here.
by firing the gun?
No.
No, the arrow? No?
No.
All right.
Not this one. I remember this area. You need to take him out one at a time and watch where the... See if I'll make it over here before... You can take... my first playthrough, I don't think I managed to do this. Like I didn't manage to go through this. I got discovered and it was a big gunfight. But then the second time I actually managed to take out all these guys without getting spotted at all. I managed to sneak up behind the guy with the light. So there is a lot of that where you can actually go through the...
Yeah. So what's
the
going
game
on
like
in the
this.
chat right now I think is very interesting, at least in terms of what we want for a sequel, because, you know, still that's relevant. That I saw the new Thief, and what's very characteristic about Thief, that it has all these, you know, modern developments of what an action sort of stealth-based game should have, like proximity detection and this the eagle eye stuff.
Yeah.
But you can turn it off, which I thought was really nice. And that is something you could do for the people who want the more old school Tomb Raider sort of vision.
Do you remember where there are guys here? Is there one on the
No.
left? This is what I
I
really
don't like that
is when
costume, by the way.
When you go in like this, you're powerful with the bow, but you have no sideway vision, which I really like. So it does make it really nerve-wracking, I think.
Yeah. And without spoiling the story too much, if you haven't played it, you get to some Chinese bunkers where the corridors are really narrow.
I really like
got
how
you.
that-
Oh no.
But now I think I'm discovered. Yeah. Oh dude. The way this works, I think, is great because you really have that where you feel powerful because you have your bow and you can take dudes out. But when they get close to you, you're really like, whoa, what am I going to do now when they're running at you?
There's only a few seconds between being on top and then being the victim.
Yeah.
I think.
I can't hit anything right now.
No, you seemingly can't.
Did I get him? Headshot.
So there's another collectible there.
Yeah.
Get it for the salvage. Oh, skill point.
Yeah. You really want to
Nice.
go for this in the beginning, I think, because if you can get all these skill points early, you're gonna have a much better time. It's gonna be you're gonna feel really powerful.
Yeah. You really need to. That's sort of a.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
no. So, I think this is a brilliant time to say that what we really want from a Tomb Raider sequel is better AI.
Yeah, but I actually
It's
don't
not
think
bad, but then
No.
again, you know,
that would be great. But I think more tombs, being able to go silent, if they could keep up the tone from the beginning, or I think now you get past it, you get used to it. I think it's okay, but it really hurt my experience the first time when I thought it was going to be one kind of game and it wasn't. But more tombs and New Game Plus and that sort of level up thing, then I'm okay with the AI not being the perfect thing, because it's just fun running around in the areas and exploring and that sort of thing. But yeah, AI would be great, and that's one of the things you can really push on the next gen. You know, the machines are powerful enough to do some advanced stuff there.
What's the little yellow thing hanging off her belt? Is that a Game Boy?
That's like a radio.
Oh. It obviously doesn't work since she's going to the
but
radio
something
tower.
that you need to get high up to call
Oh,
out.
right. I think I remember the scene, by the way.
A lot of these areas are really cool, broken down areas where you really feel not safe, you know?
Yeah. But it does sort of mix up environments, I think, very well, despite that you're on the same island, that you go from, you know, abandoned ships to these tiny corridors and to the very open areas, and combat tactics sort of change depending on how much space you have to play on.
For sure. You really, if you can use your environment, like figure out what sort of environment you're in and then use that to your advantage. That's really cool. All right, let's see here. Oh, missed it.
That was a rubbish place to hide. Sticking his head out like that. I'm sorry I keep bringing this up, but...
But he wasn't hiding. They didn't know I was here. They were just standing there at a barrel. But yeah, it's not the best AI, but I actually think it works for the game.
It does work for the game.
And the way they rush at you sometimes is really great.
When we get like further into the game, also without spoiling too much, there's different
enemy types.
Different enemy types as you would expect, but each requires a different approach. As someone is more melee oriented, as there will be some mythical creatures
as well.
And
there's like heavy dudes and
very much, and people with shields that you have to get around.
And there's people with shotguns that are good up front, so you want to stay away from them. There's people who are good at a distance with bows or sniper rifles.
So towards the end, without saying too much, there are some really weird combined fights, which takes a long time and requires you to really think strategically.
And I think it's not. You need to be on your game, or you're gonna get taken out. You can't take a lot of hits, so you need to really be awake or be really good with your bow or whatever weapon you're using.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. A guy running at you with 2 axes, or a guy with a shotgun. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's difficult with a bow. Oh, I did this wrong.
So
I need to get it up there.
a thing that's very prominent in the Tomb Raider game is sort of this environmental storytelling. We mentioned what happened with the collectibles for telling a story of the side characters, but also just, you know, reading the things that people have spray painted into the environment. Sort of what we just saw here was "No one leaves," which is sort of this very mystical. And you said "no escape," like that, and it's sort of a drawing to accompany
I remember this. So you need to turn on the gas in here, and then climb out, and then you can blow it up. Right?
It's filling up with gas.
I need to climb out again, right?
Yeah, you do. Get out.
And I think then they break open the first piece of glass or something. Anyway, now I can light this on fire. You don't like the outfit I picked? I actually don't think it's the best one.
Is that the muddy outfit?
Yeah, but I think it's not because, you won't see it in the mud and all that stuff. I actually think it makes the most sense for the
She has been in a lot of mud up to this point.
Yeah,
so
it makes no sense. She's running through all this stuff, and then she's like 1930s bow and arrow outfit. I'm going to a cocktail party.
But I don't know about you, but I've always had sort of a weird relationship with all these weird pre-order costumes, because there's a reason the developers the artist chose the original costume for the character, because that makes dramatic sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this dude out. I'm sorry.
Was he asking you to?
No, I don't think he was. I don't remember, but he's dying. I'm gonna put him out of his misery. Yeah, I think I like actually pre-order outfits and all that stuff, but I generally like playing with the one that makes the most sense for the story.
Yeah. But also, if you remember, to harker back to the Batman games.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, because you can choose the Batman Beyond skin, which is cool, but it doesn't deteriorate like the original Batman skin does, which makes so much sense because it sort of symbolizes what he's went through.
But those Batman outfits does make more, some of them at least makes more sense for that game than here if you put on like a
1930s bomber jacket. That's cool, but I don't know why.
Oh.
Oh, you're... Why do you... I mean, that's... You don't have to shoot the lights. You're...
Yeah, because then I can't
Why
see
are you
where I am.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty clever. Jump. And get it to higher ground, maybe.
Yeah,
you can jump just to your right.
I'm gonna take some dudes out with the bow.
Get him. Just try to use your, maybe melee him, maybe.
How do I melee?
I don't remember if that isn't unlockable, actually.
Might be, headshot.
Oh, no. It says it's unsafe to camp. Really? So really what this is that something that I think fans of both Hollywood and games industry have sort of been a bit tired. It is ultimately just an origin story. So it's been like many of, but I think it does make sense for the character to sort of have this dramatic reopening.
I think it's a good one. Like
yeah, it is. I think really is, because I think you can make a credible case to say that the plot in itself, you know, side characters, sort of antagonists and that sort of thing, lore, is not as strong, but Lara's relationship with these characters and the way she develops, I think, makes her a really strong character.
Yeah, I was never sitting here thinking, oh, now it is brawler upgrades. See if there's one for...
Dirty tricks.
I actually like that a lot.
Blind.
But I'm gonna go with the...
Just go with the hunter stuff.
See, that was the... That's actually really good. Now I'm gonna go with the survivor.
Yeah. Loot animal corpses.
Yeah, then you get salvage from that.
Yeah, that's clever. Also, as Nick have stressed previously,
I can actually
any player who wants to unlock everything for Lara should go with earning extra salvage on early, because it will.
Then you'll have to do less of the...
Yeah, all the collectible stuff and going for the sort of chests that contain salvage, which is a bit boring when if you want to get everything done.
Here. And see, now
exciting
here,
times.
Key as well is go around, loot all the corpses, get all the stuff you can. It really does matter. If you want to just you know, go for completion and trophies and all, but also just it makes it easier for you. You get more of the upgrades.
Do you want to go for a switch of the controller now?
Let me just get to the next area and then we'll do the
very good.
The old switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. See, that's how you gain salvage.
And see, this is where it's good to have the thing that gives you bigger bags and pouches, so you can carry more ammo.
Yeah.
Because it's.
Oh,
really?
Technical difficulties.
It should be done installing, but I guess it's not.
I can try reloading the game. No. No.
I'll take a look.
So apparently we haven't installed the game, despite having played a lot of it.
Yeah, and downloaded the full game.
Yes.
And installed it.
But you know, sometimes things aren't just ready to be installed. And I think actually we've hit a technical snag here.
Maybe it's a bug. Do you want to restart?
Yeah, it auto saves, so.
Yeah, try to close it.
Okay, we're gonna do this as quickly as we can. Like
yeah.
so.
Actually, you could go out and see in the notification menu if there's an install there.
We can quickly.
But I could use this for the magical moment you all like, reintroducing what we're doing.
Yes, very much.
Of course, you are watching Game Reactor Live, the #1 Game Reactor live stream on the interwebs, as I like to say. I'm Nick, and I'm joined here by Magnus.
Yes.
Both Tomb
Hello.
Raider fans.
Very much so.
Did you actually play the old games?
Yes, but not at the point where they came out.
I played the shit out of the old Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, I was a bit too young at the point, but I played 2.
Young buck.
I played 2. I remember with the old butler and locked him in the pantry. But I was for young fingers and not being able to understand English correctly.
And
that game
not very
is
good at video games, just like.
Thank you. But I'm not as good as Nick, obviously. But the old Tomb Raider games are for the hardcore.
Yeah, it
are.
is a different kind of game. It's more hardcore puzzles.
This is way more accessible.
It's more of a story game, I think. But yeah, so we're playing Tomb Raider, the new game that came out last year. But this is the definitive edition.
So definitive.
Graphical upgraded version. Oh, are we really doing this? And also this a sort of Game of the Year edition where you get all the DLC of packs with maps and skins and stuff. Let me try to do this. So apparently this is a download code for the game that we got.
We can replay the same part of the game.
We could go. We didn't show the beginning of the game actually. So let's see here.
Well,
game alerts. No.
Download.
Update.
Well, maybe. It's.
You know,
we could try one last time.
I'm gonna turn off the PS4 and restart it.
Yes. So
classic. Actually, the classic thing would be to on/off button. You know, pull the power.
Oh right, yeah.
But I'm too lazy to get up, so I'm not gonna do that.
Unlike you, I own a PlayStation 4, and it has only crashed on me once.
Yeah.
Ironically, by trying to open Netflix. So that seems like a recipe for a pretty reliable system for me. If Netflix is the turning point for it, I'm guessing.
In general, like I've played a lot here in the office. It's been very reliable. My favorite thing I heard is, I've heard one good story for the Xbox One and one for the PS4. The PS1 was we probably mentioned it, but Gillen, our UK editor-in-chief, tried to play Battlefield 4. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it ended up with that it like turned off, like he booted out to the main menu and then turned off his console thing and pushed out his disc as well.
What? At the same time?
Yeah, it's just like, we don't want you to play this game. And then the other thing with the Xbox One was our German editor-in-chief, Christian Gatza.
Yeah.
He had done some Kinect things with his Xbox One.
Yeah.
And he had some very nice curly hair. I will say, go back and check out all the videos because it's
because of his hair.
But then he got a haircut, got it cut off, and then the Kinect wouldn't recognize him.
Well, he's a different person, obviously. So we've got a couple of questions. So. There's a question of if this will go on PSN, and to answer that, all games, I believe, goes digital.
This is
probably
a PSN
not at the
code.
Probably not at the discounted price you expect it to be, because
I think it's going to be $40, but it's not going to be super cheap.
Yeah, it's not going to be as cheap when you believe it's going to be because you cut out the middleman. But it's still as expensive as you would be buying a retail copy, or sometimes more. But it is available digitally if you can't be asked to go out and buy it yourself.
Sony has been good at started to doing those that people love Steam for, like a lot of sales and discounts. I got Battlefield and Assassin's Creed. I bought them really cheap over their 12 Days of Christmas. Bought GTA that way for 300 Danish crowns or 250 or something for digital version. And so they're doing a lot of that. And if you have PlayStation Plus, you often get extra discounts for that.
So the one last question is again from TurkeyNeck21. He says that if he's wondering if he wants to buy the camera for the PlayStation 4. Do you have any?
I have not tried the. You have.
I got the camera.
I'm gonna get the camera.
Yeah, I bet you are. I got the camera as well, and it sort of decides for itself when it wants to recognize your voice.
Okay.
So if you want to turn your PlayStation off, sometimes it refuses to listen to you.
Can you? Is it like a Kinect? You can be like PlayStation off.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. You can navigate the entire menu.
So I can go Kinect.
Yeah,
PlayStation off.
I could say PlayStation, and then I could yell
No.
menu, and it would go to the menu, and I could say TV.
I don't want that ever.
Oh, wait, something is
it's
happening.
moving.
Yeah, so TV and video, for example.
Yeah.
But there is.
I heard that. So
Yeah.
you can go PlayStation, TV, and video, but you can't go
You
Netflix.
can't go Netflix.
Oh.
No, only like the main bar of the PlayStation.
That's so.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
don't-
have
I
one.
don't
I have one
care
great
about that.
story in the NBA 2K14. It has this little thing that when the opposite team scores, if you sort of
I
yell,
heard that. I
yeah,
heard
if you yell,
You're like, fuck this.
maybe some harsh words, it will actually call that as foul language and
like it
give,
would in
and
a
give the
professional
opposing
game.
team free throw. So me and my roommate were sitting and playing, and he said, "Oh, the other team scored," and it caught that as foul language and gave the other team.
The
a
other
point.
team scored.
Yeah, oh, the other team scored. Or
Was that all he said?
yeah, and something like
That's.
just regular conversation during play, and it would caught that foul language. And
I would never be able to win a basketball game then, because
Yeah.
I would say other words than that.
yeah.
But it's cool that we saw here in Tomb Raider as well. Actually, you could. There was some voice thing we saw.
There is some voice thing, at least for navigating Tomb Raider.
No, but there was one thing where you could yell at something in the game. I think.
There is something where you
Yeah.
can yell at the game. But
That's what I want to yell at my game.
as you might know, the PlayStation is cheaper than the Xbox because they phased out the camera. So right
Yeah.
now there's not a lot of functionality for it. Maybe it will come, but for now, stay away from
I
the
think
camera.
one thing that makes me wanna I would buy the camera. We're in a little bit of a special situation here with what we're doing and the work we have and things, but I think the Twitch integration in the PlayStation 4 is magnificent. How easy it is to set up an account and start streaming, and if you have the camera, you will automatically, you can get a little camera in the corner, a little picture of you in the corner, like we have here when we live stream.
Yeah.
It will have a chat from Twitch, all that stuff, and that is amazing, I think.
It is a backbone part of the console
It's
experience,
really
the
cool.
streaming stuff. So
Skip cutscenes.
yeah, but is that on a touchpad?
Yeah.
So
And that's
I
actually
saw-
one thing we also talked about before going live with the stream. One thing I really noticed with the PS4 version compared to the PS3 is there's basically no loading. Like now we
It
have
is-
the install, but like when you load a cutscene, I would, if I wanted to skip it the third time I play Tomb Raider, it
Yeah.
would take 10, 12 seconds, I think. Here it's like a second or two, and then you can skip the
Yeah.
cutscene.
So as you saw here, you can see the updated model for Lara, which is of course more visually impressive. I think, I don't know if we've mentioned this before in the stream, but one of the main things that was missing from the earlier console release and was present on the PC release is the Tresifex Hair Edition, which of course is that each strand of hair is modeled on its own physically. I don't think that is the most interesting part of the
No, but
graphical
hey,
update.
I'm all
but
for
it's
it.
hair,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's good. At least.
Better
now we
graphics.
come to
Oh,
the,
look at
this is a very cold area, and
This is
Lara
where you want the
still
mods.
refuses to find warmer
But
clothing.
you know what we'll do the next time we find an enemy?
Yeah.
Then we'll pretend we'll steal his jacket,
Yeah.
and we'll change the outfit for
Yeah.
Lara.
So now
But
you
it
can
also
see
doesn't
some of
make
the,
sense in the beginning that she has on like that outfit, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm cold." Well, you're wearing a jacket.
Yeah.
So shut up. Oh, I love this thing. You want to put on a different outfit?
No, I'm just gonna stay with this outfit, and we can laugh at it. So.
Don't laugh. Actually, you should check out the upgrades. Don't you?
Oh right, yeah, we did. I don't think we have an XP point available, but we do have.
we don't.
No, we don't have enough salvage as well.
We just picked up quite a bit in
So
there.
this is one of the more beautiful vistas in the game.
Yeah.
Look at this.
And this whole thing, now you need to, the whole thing you talked about with the radio. You remember this area?
Yeah.
This.
Oh no.
Yeah, I remember. I played this too
Oh
much.
no. I'm supposed to wiggle. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
nice.
him. Yeah. There you go.
But what you're supposed to do
Jerk.
here is you have this radio, but you can't get connections. You need to climb up in the top of a radio tower and
Yeah.
do something, turn it on or something. Oh, this area is great. That reminds me so much of all the Ubisoft games like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, where you need to climb up towers in all games, you know, to get the area.
Can I recover you, ass?
Go for headshots. Go for headshots. Yeah. I love when you hit them in the head and they just fly back.
Yeah. There is, and that was really not present in the current gen version. No more recognizable physics.
Yeah.
You see that code looks warm.
People are asking about 60 frames. it's
where are
60
you?
frames most of the time, but I don't think it's locked. I don't know enough about that to really notice if it's like tiny dips, but of course
I
if it
don't
dips
think
a lot,
it doesn't appear locked to me.
no, I don't know enough about that, but it's definitely, it looks pretty smooth to me, and it's, from what I've heard, is it's 60, dips sometimes a little bit on the PS4, and I think the Xbox One is at 30 frames. You should remember to loot all those guys out there.
Oh yeah, I think I have a couple of arrows left.
Yeah,
so we'll
and that's
see.
I think the next upgrade we should do is the one where you can pull the arrows from the enemies you take out.
Yeah.
You really save a lot of arrows for that. Oh, nice.
Oh, but I got hit as well.
Headshot.
So I think the most scary guys by far is the guys that run straight at you.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the AI is not great, but it really works well
Yeah.
when you get just a guy with 2 axes and 2 blades like running
Yeah.
full power at you.
So I think we're supposed to get up here. Oh no. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, and as I think Lasse wrote in the chat, our stream is 25 frames.
Well,
so I don't know how it'll look for you, and the same with the.
Oh, no!
Magnus, why are you doing this?
I didn't recall it as being this brutal.
It is so brutal.
Oh well.
But yeah, it's also
Sorry,
hard
Lara.
for us to tell if you can tell how good it looks compared to the previous version, because of course we're streaming this and.
Oh no. I'm being
Yeah.
slaughtered here.
Oh, nice. Are you out of arrows?
No, it was
You're just not good with the bow.
No, it was just too slow.
You don't have the skills.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, take him out. Yes.
Die, caveman.
I want a trophy in the next Tomb Raider for go through the game only using the bow and arrow.
Using the bow. But
Or
are
like
you
a
are you
knife
so sure that a bow and arrow will be part of the next Tomb
No,
Raider
I
game?
just want
I'm
it to
asking
be.
hypothetically.
No, but
Well.
I just think, as you said, Far Cry and this, I didn't play Crysis 3 really at all, so I don't know about that. But I
Well.
really love using the bow in both those games.
Some of the more open section of Crysis 3, that that bow made a lot of sense. I
Oh,
think.
do you remember there was a trophy for taking out a certain amount of dudes on, like, gliding on the ropes?
Yeah, a 5, I believe.
Yeah, and it was like, I had such a problem getting that done, and then all of a sudden I just got so many of them.
Yeah, 10 or something. It's
It's
one of
really
the last
with
sections.
timing, because it's like if you have those areas, you need to jump down, and then there's a heavy dude coming for you.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna take
yeah, smart.
that guy. Oh no. I think.
But it's like if either they're there or they're not. You know, those enemies.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hiding.
Come on out. I headshotted that guy. I'm gonna jump down. And we'll issue a cutscene now, perhaps. Oh, they're coming at me.
Yeah, you reload that gun because you're like you have a lot of bullets, but it's not reloaded.
Oh,
Not in
right.
the clip. I think now you'll get the scene with the guy coming out. Yeah.
So now we're being introduced to a new enemy class, which is the heavy.
Yeah.
And there is in almost all shooting or at least ammunition-based games, a heavy is a part of that. So we're gonna dodge around him because he's very
But I think you
melee.
need to make him hit, yeah, and then you can shoot him in the back. You need to get close enough and then dodge so when he like does those like swings. that
I'm
opens
just
him
gonna
up.
fill him with lead. There we go. I could have used my bow. Perhaps I should. Oh no.
Oh, bow parts. That's one. Oh, nice
Oh,
headshot.
thank you.
I think that's a nice way with the upgrades. You find parts of weapons and then
Yeah.
you can upgrade.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that the parts are scrambled.
Yeah.
You get them in no particular order.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm gonna light a torch here and see what we can
The
find.
way you died before also reminds me of, you remember when you were like, I think maybe we were coming up to it where you down the water thing?
Yeah.
And if you just fall into something, it looks like she has a rope through her neck or something.
Yeah,
It's
something
terrible.
like that, yeah. You can treat Lara right if you want to, but
Well,
when she
even
dies,
if you try
it's really brutal.
I'm trying really hard, but she dies once in a while, you know?
Yeah. So I'm coming out to the area. I've
I
already been.
really have a lot of fun playing this game. Oh, we need to light that on fire.
Yeah.
Light it on fire.
Here we go. That net disappears awfully fast. Here we go. Salvage is such an important part of the game, so we're gonna go for that. So where are we actually going?
I think you need to go further up.
Further up.
Yeah.
So maybe in this room.
Yeah, I think it's in here to the left.
Here we go.
And then I think in here to the left. And then I think
There's a
in there.
camp there. We're just gonna upgrade some of the gear.
I think you need to go down here actually, to that next area.
Not
with
towards the tower, which is right there.
I think you need to go down. No, maybe go over there. Try to go over there.
I'm just gonna upgrade.
I think
the
maybe
gear.
you can crawl up that rope.
So I think we're gonna go for the bow upgrades because that's the most fun.
Yeah, but we
But
can't.
we don't have any more until we get more bow parts.
Yeah.
So the gun, I believe. Maybe vented slide.
But you can also look at the rifle. I don't know. I did one upgrade on that.
High capacity mag, I think, is a very good idea.
Let's see the other ones first.
Muscle brake, tapped double mag,
There's also faster. I don't
taped
know.
together.
That's up to you.
Increases firing rate. I'm gonna go for that. We still have something left for 93 left, so we're gonna go for that. All right. So, gonna. How do you toggle on your? Oh, here we go. Oh, she's fast at this. Oh my. All right. So now we're reaching the radio tower. Also, hopefully you can see now the model as well.
She could have picked up some sort of clothing here.
I bet it's cold. Look at.
You know, we're in Denmark right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the coldest place in the world, but it's been pretty cold the last
I'm
couple of days.
I'm gonna go out wearing.
I'm not gonna do that.
Like this, yeah, because that's fine enough, for me. She's very muddy.
She is.
You chose this.
Yeah. It was the one that was
Yeah.
that fitted the way how much I've been rolling around mud in this game. But I think we should change it actually next time you have the chance.
Next time we have the chance, we're gonna have mercy on her. See, this is actually gameplay, and that's just, I think, a testament to how cinematic this
It
entire
does
experience
something
feels.
similar to what Uncharted does, where it
Yeah.
feels, it
See,
feels
if I
very
stop,
natural. Yeah.
she's gonna stay there. So it does require player input. But look at the draw distance here, for example.
Yeah.
I don't recall it being as sharp as on this gen, and her fingers and so on. It's very good. Have we gotten any good questions?
If I say no, am I saying something bad about all the people in the chat?
I'm putting you in a tough situation here. I hope you understand.
It's not as much questions as comments.
All right.
Branko's saying this is the highest point in the game, which is true.
Which is true.
You can really get an overview of
Lara's fighting.
See,
who would place a communications panel so high up the tower?
Isn't that kind of the point? Who would climb up there when the thing is broken? That's more my question.
Yeah, that's.
Because if the ladder works, fine, but
you
need
but the
communication up high. That's how that works. But
yeah, sadly,
I would not crawl up there. I'd be like, hey, I'm good. I know how to kill deers now.
Yeah.
Just gonna camp out here.
Yeah, just camping.
I can fast travel.
I can teleport. What do I need this for?
But that's another thing that works. I think it doesn't make sense, but it's fine. It makes the gameplay good.
All Hollywood movies and almost all games can be torn apart by logic.
But I think that sort of logic is fine. That it's not logic. That's because gameplay is the most important. But the other stuff where you don't like, where it kind of doesn't. There's no excuse for it gameplay wise. I think it's annoying.
So
Trying to fumble through my words. She is pretty muddy.
Mayday.
Lara Croft of the Endurance. We are stranded on an island in the Dragon's Triangle. We need help and medical
It is a better
it is,
face
for sure.
for the model.
It is a better face.
Yeah, sorry, Camilla Luddington. I didn't.
I don't like
I'm
your current
suggesting
gen
you're
face.
pretty. I'm not suggesting.
She is pretty.
She is.
From your vessel. Almost given up hope.
So had we.
Got your approximate position. We could sure use a visual.
I'll figure something out.
We'll be heading your way soon. Out. Lara Croft, you are my hero.
Wow. Okay, look at this because this is quite beautiful as far as I'm.
Also,
yeah.
who would
Aw.
jump there? That's
But
Steve
they have.
Angle.
Yeah.
I would
So-
have taken the long way around, like the
I'm
slow one.
gonna try something just for the
No,
heck
it
of
doesn't
it.
work. It doesn't
Oh
work.
crap.
Now you're giving away your position. You need
No,
to go
there's
up.
no
There's two
enemies
guys
here.
coming here. Yes, there is.
Fuel tanks.
Need to blow that up. Yeah.
Oh, because they need a visual on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Need to find a way to light this fuel.
I need to find out. Oh right.
We're getting comment here. I think Adu says, I think this is underrated. I really like it. I think it does some things better than Uncharted, like having side quests. I think I agree it does some things better than Uncharted, but I think the side quest thing is something that Naughty Dog chooses not to do. You know, this Uncharted is a way more linear game.
Way more.
So I think that's more of choice, but I definitely enjoy both games a lot.
So now we can see some integration from the touchpad actually.
Yeah, put on the...
that I can just swipe upwards and then she will light a
Oh,
fire.
nice, yeah.
Which is very nice.
But you
It
can
seems
also
very
just hold B, right?
hold circle.
circle, yeah.
But I want to swipe up on the touchpad.
Yeah. You want to swipe.
Yeah, I
you
want to
can.
swipe everything. So
You should,
now I blow up something, which
You
is
should
nice.
put on the jacket and
I
you get the chance.
I think we're gonna get some very action intense scene now. So I know you want the jacket, but see that
I
plane.
do like her Muddy though.
Yeah. So now, look.
Oh
that's
yeah, I remember
bad.
this.
For any plane.
I
that's,
do love the reaction shot.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, planes can
oh my God.
catch fire.
But also it does do like the like turn around and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God. I mean, this does make any sense compared to the beginning of the game. You
No,
know?
this is so intense.
They
yeah.
should have picked either this or the other thing.
Yeah. But I think if you remember, I think the E3
This
show.
is where you can really get some nasty death scenes as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna spare.
You're gonna
people for
try
that.
at least.
But I think I'm going straight for. No. I'm not. I don't remember.
You're doing it right.
Ooh. Oh.
I really like this area.
Yeah.
But they could have toned that down a little bit. I get
But
why
you and
they're doing it.
I think we agree on a lot of things about this. But
Yeah.
one thing where we disagree is whether or not the Uncharted games are better than this.
Yeah.
I consider this the best Uncharted game at all because.
Yeah, and you're crazy.
Yeah.
You think this is better than Uncharted 2?
2, yes.
Even better than 2?
Yes. I think Uncharted 2 is prettier and perhaps a bit.
I don't think it's pretty.
The only reason it has tighter mechanics is because it tries less.
Oh my God.
In its core design, it is very, very restricted. I'm sorry.
Just the level of craziness. Am I bleeding out of my ears?
Yeah,
now?
you probably are. I like The Last of Us. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's not make this even crazier.
I like
think
The Last
you
of
know
Us.
what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Top games of the generation.
Top 3 or just the
Let
best?
me just think. Let's do.
I'm not gonna make. Oh no.
I think I have 4 that I think are like the 4 best without a doubt.
Okay, hit me.
Let me just think. I think Last of Us is the best game ever. Let me just put that out there.
Okay.
Best game ever.
Okay.
Yeah. The other 3 that I had before that I think is the top 3 of the generation before when now they're going to be after Last of Us is Uncharted 2,
Yes.
Super Mario Galaxy, and
Yes.
Red Dead Redemption.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
Arkham City, not Asylum.
Really? I would go Asylum over the City, for sure.
And last one is tricky. I believe.
But let's do a 5. I want to hear a top 5. I need to come up with one more then.
Oh no.
So City, Red Dead.
I would probably go for Galaxy as well. He's not dying. And I know that's where we differ, but I consider the original BioShock.
I haven't played that.
Why not?
I played it at some point, played the demo, didn't catch me. It's one of the games that I need to play. And part of the reason why I haven't bought a PS4, I think I'll get to that this gen if I wait with the PS4.
Infinite is probably the better game, but I think at least...
I don't like Infinite that much.
No, for when the first BioShock hit, it was...
I imagine I'll like it.
Rapture is so special that... so I'm going. Yeah, the first BioShock, Red Dead.
I think I could see BioShock be on my list from what I've heard from people and the way it works and all that.
Definitely BioShock. Yeah, Red Dead. Super Mario Galaxy.
You wouldn't put Last of Us or Uncharted on there?
I really like The Last of Us, and it's in my top 10. I don't know whether it's in my top 5
of the generation.
Yeah, but it's definitely in my top 10.
Well, what about GTA then? That was your game of the year.
Yeah. One of the GTAs. I can't, it's GTA 5 is the better game, but I think GTA 4 had the bigger impact on me.
I didn't care at all for 4, but I really love playing 5 right now.
Yeah.
I think it's without a doubt the best.
I don't think we have enough for anything at the moment, so I'm gonna skip out and use a skill point in the Hunter category.
Okay, let's see. Branko puts out his top 5 of the generation.
Yes.
GTA 5, Batman Arkham Origins, BioShock 1, Tomb Raider, and The Last of Us. I think that's pretty solid.
Okay, I'm going for my game of the generation. Is GTA 5.
Okay.
And second is the first BioShock. Third is Red Dead Redemption. Fourth is Super Mario Galaxy. Maybe Galaxy 2. I'm not sure.
I haven't played 2. I need to play that.
Don't get me wrong. It's just a rehash, but it's a really good rehash of the same basic
even though
idea.
I feel like I need to play it, but it's just I don't want to put my Wii up.
The first Super Mario Galaxy, and then for the fifth.
You know what? I think I'll put on as my fifth.
What?
So I'll do Last of Us.
Yeah.
I think I'll do Uncharted 2 as my number 2 actually. Red Dead, Super Mario Galaxy, and then I think I'll do Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty.
That's insane.
This is a great scene. I think it had a great campaign and I think great multiplayer.
No. I'm just gonna say no. By the way, the first Bad Company is really high on my list as well.
Yeah.
Just because I like the not serious.
Come on, dude. Let's get this.
So she pulls by herself apparently. So that's cool. So I can pull away cover like this.
And you can pull out with the left. I think they'll get that. Maybe we'll get it in their face.
Maybe there is a guy left up there.
He got some. Yeah, he would have gotten it in.
Ooh.
So you die really fast here.
Yeah. You do get to upgrade your health.
Yeah.
Ultimately, but.
We had that option already, but I think that was only melee.
Die.
You know, it's funny because I think it's weird with these lists because it is personal lists. I think I would put the Uncharted, as I said, Uncharted 2 as top 5 of the generation.
Yeah.
But it's actually weird because I like Infamous more, but I don't feel like it belongs on that. It'll be 6 through 10.
It's. I think Infamous 2 is probably in my top 10, but it's somewhere near the bottom because.
Would you go Infamous 2 over 1?
Yes.
I think the mechanics are tied in 2, but I like the story way more in 1.
I never finished 1. Not because I considered it to be bad,
you
but
really should.
I was in a place where I had my attention was elsewhere. So, but 2 really struck me. I remember.
Yeah.
It's because when the PSN was down.
Oh yeah.
I chose different games than Infamous 1. I remember. I think I chose Burnout Paradise, if that makes any sense.
I already had
Dead Nation, I think. So where am I supposed to go now? I can pull this towards me.
Do the L1. You'll where you need to go.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
up
them
there.
around there. Getting some comments from the chat. You're all forgetting about Portal 2. I only played that a little bit here in the office. Not for me. I know people are like hating.
It's not for me either.
I'm sure it's great. I just don't like it.
I think the character of Wheatley is really interesting, and I really like it. But
Yeah, you need to go up there.
I must say that most Valve games just don't
same
resonate
here.
as much with me as I. You know, you feel really bad about it if you consider yourself a person that's.
It's also like people looks to be having fun. I want to have fun with that game.
Yeah, I want to, but
Yeah,
it just didn't resonate
no.
with me at all.
Okay.
And neither did Team Fortress 2
No.
or not even the first part of Half-Life.
No.
I can see that it's good. I just don't, you know.
I'm not even sure I can see it's good, but we'll see about that. So he's also saying, as in COD 4, yeah, I didn't actually really play COD 4. I really jumped on board with COD 6, you would call it, Modern Warfare 2. I think that also managed to really still innovate a lot on the multiplayer with the perks and all that.
What
COD, Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, so not COD 4, Modern Warfare. But I need to like finish that.
Can we stop labeling Call of Duty as numbers themselves?
But that was back when they did that.
they did that themselves.
That was was called COD 4, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
All
and
right.
then after that they stopped that, and it was Call of Duty World at War. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was the next one. They
I'm
didn't
sorry,
call
but
that-
World at War was terrible.
I think it was okay, but that was the lesser of the games. But
I
then
just don't
after
like
that, they
I don't
went,
like the entire style. So
No shit, you don't like Call of Duty.
no,
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just you don't
I
need to
want
say
to.
that. It's pretty obvious.
I like Battlefield. I think that's a good shooter.
Let's see any.
It was this storm. It came out of nowhere.
Oh, she's muddy.
I called them.
I can tell Kerbal this is where you can comment on the live feed. It's the chat that we're looking at.
I'm gonna skip this.
Emil says, I hope COD can do that for me again someday in the distant future. Yeah, I hope so too.
It won't.
Kerbal says, GTA San Andreas was the best GTA ever. GTA 5
but that's
is only
last
San
generation.
Andreas with better. Yeah, it's true.
So you can't distinct it. Just
Turkey
like that.
Neck says Portal 2 is the best game ever made.
Really?
All his opinions are invalid.
Yeah, I don't think we should take Turkey Neck that serious. If
Don't worry, I don't.
Oh, that's good.
Branko says, Uncharted 1 blew me away the first time I played it. Funny fact, the first time I booted up Uncharted, I literally sat there for like 5 minutes, stared at Drake on the boat because I thought it was a cutscene.
Oh, no.
I didn't play Uncharted 1 until after Uncharted 2. I came in late with the PlayStation. So just let me know if you want somebody better to play.
Do you want to play, Nick?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
One thing
there
I
you
don't
go.
like about... Okay, you can read the chat.
Yeah.
Then you can say all the clever stuff.
Yes, I'm good at that. So
You are actually pretty clever, even though you have some weird opinions sometimes.
yeah.
Oh, I love this area. Oh, I did the wrong arrow. This is where you need to do R1, right? Yeah.
This hut looks clear. We ain't gonna find anyone up here. You're probably right. We got orders.
I see.
I'm gonna head down and join the others at the plane. Keep checking these rooms.
So I tried jumping into the house and going
Yeah.
at it from there, but I think maybe just an
don't go-
all-out
you don't go
firefight
full
there.
retard. There's 3 guys here. You can take out all these. I did my second playthrough basically without getting spotted through the whole game almost.
Yeah.
You can really go crazy stealth. I think one of the guys in a little bit is going to walk up towards me. You could take that guy out, and then the second guy, and then
Yeah.
I took.
But as
Nice
my
guy over
last
there.
attempt demonstrated, at least in the first half of the game, you are extremely vulnerable to gunfire.
I mean,
You're not a bullet sponge.
no,
I
but
mean,
and the thing is, if you want to play that style, instead of doing some of the upgrades we did, you could have chosen the one with more health.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could
yeah.
have upgraded the
Gun
guns
specialist, yeah.
instead of upgrading
Indeed.
the bow. So see, now the guy walked up here, and I'm gonna do this stealth.
Emil says a lot of people are quitting the chat because we don't like Portal 2. We're sorry.
Well, we don't want those people in the
and
chat.
it's not like we don't like it.
Yeah, I don't
it's
like
ju-
it.
You didn't like it. I liked it.
I think I actually only played like 10 minutes of the single player, then I played multiplayer, which I didn't find fun at all.
What's the computer's called GLaDOS, right?
Yeah.
I thought she was
Wasn't
an
there
excellent.
a third one here? Or was there only 2?
There's the third one inside the house, maybe. No,
that, yeah.
she's a great character, but I just found the puzzles to
I think
be
some of
monotonous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get
Sorry.
the story stuff seems cool and
Yeah.
all that. Oh, both parts.
Wow.
But the thing for me with that game was that I did not have fun. And I mean, I actually like puzzle games, and it's not because you couldn't figure out the puzzles. I just didn't have fun with the puzzles.
No. And I don't know about you, but I think the era for wordless protagonists has to be over. It is so annoying now.
Yeah, maybe I don't.
Come,
I don't
it's,
remember.
it
if
to
was
me
that.
it just seems like, you know, an easy design decision in order to leave out characterization and
That's true.
personality. So why wouldn't you give your character a voice?
But even that wasn't why I didn't like.
Okay.
Again, I didn't really play it that much, so maybe I like it if I give it another chance. We'll see.
It's just the thing about GLaDOS is that she needs a sparring partner. She needs someone to tell her. I mean, to tell her straight, and your character never does that.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Do I need
So
to
this
go
is actually a
down?
huge area.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. And you could go down here and do
Yeah.
other stuff.
You're gonna murder that rabbit, by the
No.
way. No.
Should I?
I don't know. You get salvage, I think.
Yeah, not salvage. You get the other stuff.
All right.
Okay.
You cannot. Yeah, I thought so.
That's what I did
Yeah.
the first time.
That, by the way, for people tuning in, that's not how you chase rabbits in real life. He takes it very calmly that you're sort of chasing him with a bow. He sort of just, you know, waddles around. It's fine. You can shoot at me if you want to.
Got him. Yeah, 15 XP. And 7 salvage. But that was one of the upgrades we chose to do was that we get salvage now from killing animals.
Yeah. So it is, you know, I think it is very clever that you can sort of customize your way of play. And a lot of games that even are very linear gives you this chance now. We've mentioned
Awesome.
Thief before and Tomb Raider and the Uncharted games, even to some degree, to what weapons you'll be using and sort of. So it, even though it's linear, you should. Can you push him off?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because
he
that would be amazing.
No.
No.
I think if you shoot him, he falls off. But yeah, that would be a classic computer
Yeah.
game thing where, oh, there's a guy on a ledge, let's push him off. But it's really fun. It was fun for me taking this area the second time and really managing, like, I would reload if it went wrong for me. So the couple of times it did, I really went through almost the whole game without getting spotted. And
Yeah.
that was really cool. And then the third time I went through it, I just went full,
Yeah,
like,
berserk. Yeah. That's why I think it would be really clever to at least encourage the players. Should we go for the tomb?
Sure.
At least try to encourage
I
the
think
player.
there's some of the tombs where you need to have unlocked some things that we might not have,
Some.
but we'll see if we can
But
do
no,
this.
because then you can't enter the tomb at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you might get to a tomb
Yeah.
later in the game where you can't enter it then. I think I experienced that once. I mainly did the tombs actually after I was done with the game.
Yeah.
I did all the other stuff, but the tombs are...
Most
really
of them
same.
as well you locate by just going right past them in the main story. There isn't any of them that is really difficult to find.
No.
Rifle part. That's good.
How are we doing on time? Because of course, okay, 20 minutes left. We are streaming every day from 4 till 6, Game Reactor Live.
Yeah. So maybe you could share some details of what's coming up during this
True.
week.
I don't think tomorrow is totally locked, but the plan is to play Killzone Shadowfall that we've been talking about.
Yeah, I reviewed that game positively as well, so you should tune in for that. So the rest of the week, we have Friday nights on Friday, right?
No, not this Friday.
All right.
Wednesday we have, I think it's Strike Vector, where we are setting up with the developers actually to Skype in, and I think we're going to play with them as well.
Yes.
Thursday we have Max, The Curse of Brotherhood. We
Xbox One exclusive from a Danish developer.
And the developers are coming into the studio to play
Very
with
nice.
us.
Tune in for that.
We'll see what will happen with that. And then on Friday we do news, as we always do, the first hour on Friday. And then we do Games to Look For, where we talk about the games coming out in February, because of course it's the 31st on Friday.
Yeah.
It's a great day to look ahead to February and talk
Yes.
about what games are coming out. Oh.
Which, by the way, I went to see Thief at a preview event. You can read the preview.
It's up, the embargo has lifted and all.
The embargo has lifted, and you can read about my impressions of Thief. which is coming out in February, late in February, and should be on every stealth-happy gamer's wish
I
list.
imagine that being on the list.
It is
We of
very
course
impressive.
usually do these games to look for videos every month on GRTV, and that's gonna be what we do. But then I think we're gonna do the little 5-minute video, and then we're gonna elaborate on it afterwards and talk about it.
So
Do you remember this area?
Yes, I
'Cause
do.
I was,
And-
I think, the only place I've been a little bit stuck in this game.
I was stuck very much, but the location itself is so beautiful. You
Yeah.
have to.
And then it like swings up there.
Yeah, and then you just jump up there and get on the platform. No, you have to.
Oh, I need to do the wall
No.
thing?
Yeah, wait for it to get down again.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah,
I
you
need
have
to
to
jump.
first turn off the shutters over on the wall, and then the platform.
Oh
and
yeah, then when it
jump.
blows, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then it will blow.
But I
you-
I like being stuck here. Maybe the thing that annoyed me a little bit was that this is a very quick move from being super easy, all the puzzles, to
Yeah.
being one where you actually have to do a little bit more elaborate things.
quickly. And then stay.
And then I need to jump
Yeah,
up
no,
on that
just wait.
thing.
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah,
Once it
I
blows you
remember
over
this
to
now.
the side.
I need a little bit of timing here. Oh. I think I did this wrong. Yeah, but the thing is, it needs to swing up, and I think you need to jump on that thing up there. Let's see.
What happened?
It didn't blow me very far. I think I need to be faster after this. I did something wrong, I think. So I
Well, we
turned
could
this
mention
down.
that the entire reason we're stuck here, and the reason we were both stuck here for a long time during our first preview was, playthrough was, this is actually a very clever, very simple Twitch-based puzzle.
Yeah. Oh, is there something with that I need to hang on here or something?
You just have to run for the jump,
But see, it lowers itself too.
but then you have to wait.
Oh, I need to
Wait a
with
little bit.
jumping on it?
Wait a little bit before
Oh, maybe
turning the
that's it.
other lever on the platform.
You think that's it? I think, isn't it that I need to, let me try something, yeah.
And then wait a little bit.
No, because it blows too soon, if anything. Because it already blows now while I'm like, see now.
Yeah, but that's only on the first one.
Oh, maybe you're right.
So now, jump. See, you needed to wait a little bit
Yeah.
more. Maybe 10 seconds. It is true, Far, that that
I'm
all
gonna
these
wait.
tombs are optional.
Yeah, but I think they're
And
some of the
maybe-
best part of the game.
Maybe if we got exactly what we wanted, it would be a more integral part of the game, and maybe in a sequel it will, because I believe that most of the positive feedback that they got from the game, there we go, was that the tombs
Were a
was a
lot of
very
fun.
positive.
More tombs, please.
Yeah, more tombs. And Adu, yes, the Thief game is very dark. It takes a lot of, at least artistic vision from Dishonored. So if you liked that color palette, and if you liked that sort of way of handling this dark, brooding, sort of middle-aged inspired city, then this is going to be right up your alley. It's not a game that's supposed to be very colorful. But then again, there is colorful once you get inside, at least from what I saw.
And do you think Lara will be happy?
She's going to be surprised. Look.
It reminds me a little bit of Pulp Fiction when they open the suitcase and
Yeah.
the gold light comes on.
Yeah. That gold is
Are
very
we
shiny.
Are we happy, Vince?
Yeah.
We're happy.
Yeah, we're happy. So that's a handgun part.
Go watch Pulp Fiction if you haven't already.
Overrated. I'm kidding. Sorry.
That's not even funny.
It is funny.
That is like
Sorry.
one of the best films ever made.
All right.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not. That's just a fact.
You're such a hipster. I bet you hate everything that's popular
I'm not.
and
No,
love
no.
everything that's not popular.
I am many things, but I'm not hipster.
So what about Titanic?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
Does that make me hipster because I don't like Titanic?
So what about Transformers?
Nah.
I thought so.
Oh my god.
But I bet you like Pacific Rim.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
See, this is where if you could hear Lasse from behind the camera, he actually didn't say it now, is he would say Nick hates all films.
Yeah. But you do.
I don't, I like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Withstand more punishment, that sounds dirty.
Withstand more punishment? Is that really what it says? It is. Okay.
That fits with the mod, you know.
Yeah, that's
Do you want the
alarming.
third one? I'm gonna do the...
So maybe the heavy lifter stuff? I don't know.
No, but we actually can't really do anything except this one now. The arrow retrievals, I'm gonna do that, and I think we unlock the next.
All
sales.
right.
Yeah. So now we can.
Hardened skill tier.
Yeah. So we get that now. I think we can do that here as well. Yeah.
You don't have any skill points.
No, but now
yeah,
it
yeah,
opens
yeah.
up the next one.
Yeah.
So we actually basically needed to do that one now. Can we do the outfit thing? So I didn't like you went for the. I hate this. We don't need that. We need accuracy. Let's see. I'm gonna go with that one. That's good. And let's see. Outfits. We go for the default one. Or should we go for the 1930s?
I think the 1930s bomber jacket.
There's also the sure shot, whereas a competition-style archery suit with high boots and forearm guard. Let's take out.
So Nick, do you like the Boondock Saints?
I haven't watched that in like 10 years, so I wouldn't.
Did you like the Boondock Saints when you watched it?
I thought it was okay. I was never like one of the guys that loved it, but I didn't hate it either.
Did you see the sequel that
No,
was out a couple of years ago?
no,
All
I-
Saints Day?
No, I heard that was pretty terrible.
Well,
What do you think of this?
it looks warmer, so I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to go with that. That's fine.
I don't really know if
Is that
this
the bomber jacket?
This is the 1930s. Yeah.
All right. I don't think it sort of screams 1930s at me, but
This is kind of what you want to wear, isn't it? Even
Yeah.
though I would maybe close the jacket a little bit.
yeah, well,
But I'm not a girl, so maybe that's...
Lara is all about cleavage, it seems. She doesn't want to go down in style.
I think actually, you know, if she does go down, she wants to go down in style.
Yeah, but that's fine for her.
But actually, one thing I really want to say that I love about this, I love the old games, Tomb Raider games, love the puzzles, but I do
Yeah.
like they went away from the whole bombshell, huge. Like it seems like the boobs just got bigger with every game.
Yeah,
That-
but Lara Croft's breasts in the first games were a shelf that was attached to her body. Those were not even breasts.
But it actually got like that's not the first game because it got bigger in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
There's just.
Somebody just stole a football pump and just went and gave them a
And I
few.
don't want that. Just I'd
No,
rather-
this is a bit more human portrayal.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Give me some proper.
But then
stuff.
again, well,
All right, let me.
all the JRPGs that we receive still goes with that theme.
Yeah.
So
So, ask me more questions. What films and games are hipster, Mr. Know-it-all?
what films are hipster?
You're just like asking me random questions about stuff,
right.
and then you're like,
Well,
oh, hipster. Oh, you don't like Titanic?
Oh.
Hipster.
I think that that is a very elusive term
If
on its own. But
if
then again,
anything, it's hipster to like Titanic.
well, no, I think the definition of the word itself is that you like something in the second that you are sort of the minority on it.
You think so? I think it's liking something or doing something just because it's cool, not because you actually like it.
No, because it's cool to like something that no one else likes.
Is it?
In the second that something becomes popular, then it's not hipster.
Is it?
I think so, but
Okay,
I could very well
I guess
be wrong.
You know more about this than me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I consider you quite the hipster expert.
For example,
we could talk about what you're wearing, for
Yeah.
instance. Who's wearing the most hipster?
That would probably be me.
I love you do it with like.
Yeah.
No, who cares?
I'm wearing a red hat.
Yeah, that's very hipster, isn't
Yeah.
it? That
And I'm wearing an NES controller on my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I actually think this is pretty. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, enough hipster talk. Let's get.
So
to the,
Adu asks you. I think
me.
you are the Uncharted expert. I've crowned you that. So
Okay,
do you
I'm-
think Nathan Drake will be the protagonist in the next Uncharted?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the same as. I know that we have.
Let me put it like this. I feel so confident that he's going to be the protagonist that I would bet a steak dinner.
Okay, so in the same vein, do you think Cole McGrath will make an appearance in Infamous Second Son?
That's actually a good point because he might not. I have no idea, and I might have said the same thing about Infamous. But the thing is, I think first of all, the way Infamous ended with, I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens in Infamous 2.
Very decisive decision.
Yes. Uncharted doesn't do that, and I think Uncharted is more tied to Nathan Drake than Infamous is to Cole McGrath.
Right. But now we're talking about, that Sony tries to build a roster of characters sort of in the same vein that Nintendo tries, with having these very recognizable characters. I don't think you can.
I can do that later, but I don't think yet, maybe. Oh, I'm so stupid. I can shoot up here.
So I think it would make sense if Cole made, because he's in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, for God's sake. So
I don't think he is, if you think about how it ended. I think they actually said how it ended that story, didn't they? Because there's two endings. There's two endings.
They went with one of the endings. The developers stated so. We'll see. So I think as well.
No, there might be some reference to stuff. I think they're actually going to tie
Nathan Drake will for sure be the protagonist.
Yeah. What do you think of doing a Last of Us 2 where you play as Ellie through the whole game or something?
No.
Like that? No. You want a Last of Us 2 at all?
Yes.
I kind of want it to be its own thing.
I want it, but I think it should be its own thing.
Yeah.
I think it stands very well on its own terms. But then again, the thing that makes Last of Us such a powerful narrative experience is the father role that you feel for Ellie. And without that, I don't think that the character...
I totally get it, but I could see them managing to
yeah, we are going to play as Ellie now in the Left Behind DLC, so we'll probably get a taste for it.
Yeah.
But I bet you they will make a Last of Us sequel.
Yeah, I mean,
it sold too many copies.
I think Naughty Dog would want to move on, maybe, but I think Sony is gonna tell Naughty Dog either you do it or someone else does it, and then then Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley are gonna be like, nah, I don't want other people to mess with my baby, you know.
They're probably gonna outsource it to Sony London or something like that.
Sony Bend again?
Yeah, Bend. Bend is making a PS4 game.
Yeah.
We know this to be true.
To see what that is.
Yeah. I will bet you a steak dinner it's The Getaway.
Wait, what? You want to?
No, I don't mean The Getaway.
Did we get that?
No, I mean Siphon Filter, the other project.
You think who's making Siphon Filter?
Sony Bend is making a Siphon Filter.
You want to bet me at steak dinner that they are making?
Wait, wasn't Sony Bend the ones that was the father of the original Siphon Filter games?
I don't know. But even with that, you're very confident with your bets.
Yes.
This is how you end up owing me.
So poor.
I wonder why with the random just throwing out predictions. Spot hitting enemy pockets on enemy cards will reward you extra ammunition. I don't really need that.
So just to answer, there's a person in the chat. We've said this many times before early in the stream, but he says, is it worth buying it again for the PS4 if you own the PS3 version? Yes. The game is good enough.
You need to think, did you really, if you're like, I didn't really like it, I didn't finish it, maybe not, but if you really like it, I finished it 3 times, I want to play through it again.
Yeah. And I only finished it 1 time, and I'm definitely going to buy this game. So I would encourage, if you enjoyed it even slightly, this looks better, sounds better, it does, and it plays exactly the same. So if you like great graphics to show off your new system with, and if you love the mechanics of the original game, then I'd say go for it. There's no reason. And Emil Nissen,
this is one you want, right?
Emil Nissen, just to answer your
blow
question.
to enemies, you want the axe thing?
The DLC, Emil, is.
I'm gonna do this.
Is not enough
dodge
to
and press with the
to merit the purchase in its own.
Shouldn't be why.
It is a few costumes. It doesn't look like much. You can give Lara a jacket, which I'm sure she'll appreciate, as we've done. But then it's multiplayer DLC, and as we've stated before, the multiplayer is not the reason to buy this.
Actually, the thing you should wonder is, do you want to play through Tomb Raider again in a better looking version?
Yeah.
That's the question. If you haven't played it, I think it's a must-play game. If you have played it, could you see yourself playing through it again if it looks better?
Yeah.
If you can answer yes to that, then buy it. It is cheaper. From what I've seen, it is $40 instead of $60 US. So it is a cheaper game. It's not full retail. I could also see if you wait a little bit that it's going to be even cheaper than that. Maybe it'll be free with PlayStation Plus or something. But I highly recommend it. I would buy it myself.
By the way, Adu has just said and confirmed my suspicion that Bend have made the Siphon Filter games.
So you want to bet?
Do you want to bet double up on the steak dinner bet?
Double or nothing.
Yes, double or nothing.
That they are making
that
siphon
the
filter.
PS4 game that Bend is working on is a siphon filter game.
You really want to do that? That
Yeah.
sounds like a crazy prediction to
It's
me.
a siphon filter game.
I could totally see them do it, but it's just
Do you think it's
that
too risky?
if it's anything else, then I win.
Yes. If it's anything else, even the getaway, even though I think it ain't.
Oh my god.
Do you want to bet on that?
Well, it's just so out there that I'm
Yeah.
like puzzled by your.
I'm close to calling you a chicken.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, you're not gonna take the
No,
bet.
let me just.
Oh no.
You're crazy.
Oh no.
You want that they're making the siphon and how
All
long?
of them.
So what the bet is that the next game they put out, it's not like 5 years down
Well,
the
Shuya
line.
Yoshida said that every one of
Yeah,
the
but
studios
just
is
think
working on
we're-
a PS4 title.
We're
because
not waiting. So if the next game they put out from Sony Bend is not siphon filled, then I've won.
No, because I think there are two teams. Because I think they're working on another Uncharted Vita game as well. But the next PS4 game, yeah,
Oh,
the next
okay, yeah.
PS4 game
That
they put
they
out is a
release.
siphon filter game. I'll bet you that.
Okay, steak dinner. Jeez, so we're really doing this?
Yeah.
All right, I'm down with that. Let me
Yeah,
just get
we'll
out
see.
this- Yeah, no, let's do that bet.
Have you played any of siphon filter games?
No, I have not.
You have not.
No,
They're
I
good. You should. I mean, the ones for the PS1 looks decidedly bad. But
Next PS4 game coming out from Sony Bend is siphon
it's
filled.
a siphon filter game.
Okay, awesome.
Let me ask you this: why not?
If
they have a
it's all
huge
about the odds. I see there being a bigger chance that
Okay.
it's not. I
Huge-
could totally see it happen,
okay.
but it's just
Huge
so many
legacy with the
options.
franchise. Put out several games that sold well.
Who's
It was well
asking
reviewed.
for a siphon filter?
A lot of fans has a huge fan base. Not, I don't think here, but I think in the world, it's a very recognizable brand.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
How many? Are we
What
talking
else?
like
Do you
people
th-
on the street?
Do you
or-
honestly think they're coming out with Sony Bend is coming out with a new IP?
I don't know.
And it's either that new IP or the Getaway. That's the only project they will
I
have.
actually think they're coming with a new IP.
A new IP.
I can totally see
Like
that.
none of the studios have come out with.
No,
Or
but we're
other
getting
than
the
Knack.
order.
Getting the order. That's true.
Like we just got Last of Us, and I could totally see. I don't know if they're gonna do Last of Us and Uncharted next, or I could totally see Naughty Dog do a new IP. I think Sucker Punch has moved into 2 teams. I think
Yeah.
one of them are doing
A new IP. Yeah, that could be possible.
I
yeah.
think now is the time for new IPs.
Yeah. I do.
By the
think-
way, we just saw an awesome enemy here
Yeah.
walk past.
I do think that a lot of the.
Oh, it's yeah. We need to wrap up.
Yeah.
But yeah, finish your thought.
I do think a lot of the Sony teams have split into 2.
Yeah.
And some will.
I don't think Bend is actually.
I think actually Bend is bigger than you might think, and I do think that if Vita is to have any success at all with its own games library,
Yeah.
it has to be another Uncharted. Because if you played Golden Abyss, it's not the best Uncharted game at all, but it's not bad. I
No.
mean, it does showcase the graphical stuff that the Vita is able to do. So
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys out there for joining us for joining us with some Tomb Raider.
yeah,
And join us again tomorrow. Thank you, Magnus,
thank you.
for joining me here.
Tune in for
Kill.
Killzone tomorrow.
Yes, highly recommended game. We'll take a bigger look at that. And yeah,
Take care.
bye.